So Adam, season opener tomorrow against Sutton United. Doesn't seem like 5 minutes ago since obviously our last season finished. How has it been for you this off-season?
Yeah, obviously it seems like a quick turnaround with the wait in the playoffs and stuff. But yeah, I think it's got to the stage now where we're all raring and can't wait to get the season underway.
And how's this pre-season been for you? Obviously, we've had a few good tests in there as well against a couple of lower league opposition as well as Championship, League 1, League 2.
Brilliant, to be honest. I think we've got the balance right. Played some real tough opposition, Championship teams that have given us a bit of an eye-opener really of you know, the intensity that they play at and how quickly they move the ball, how they anticipate. So I think we try to take learnings from all of our games, but you know, even more so when you're playing against top opposition. So I think the balance has been good. We've had a couple of games against National League North sides, which you know are going to be physical. You know, you're going to have a bit more of the ball, but you're going to have to deal with it nice and quickly. So yeah, it's been a good mix of games.
And how key is that to have a good mix of games, especially when you come into a league like the National League where every opponent's different in their own different way?
That's right. You know, this league, every game you've got to be at it mentally and switched on, and you know, there's definitely no givens that you're going to win. So I think that helps with that. Helps you stay mentally prepared, and I say good challenges throughout. You know, Salford and Barnsley as well were real tough opponents and tough challenges for us as well. So yeah, been pleased with the mix, and you know, ultimately it's all preparing for the season, and you know, I feel we've done that as best we can.
And from pre-season games, obviously it's your second one here as manager of York City. What do you look to take away from those pre-season games heading into the league campaign?
I think there's obviously the main thing being fitness and getting you know, that level of base of fitness into the players, but then you want to start dripping in your ideas and stuff like that. So it's been good. We've had games where we've had to defend and be in a good shape, and then there's been games where we've had a lot more of the ball and try to break teams down. So all different tests that you know we're going to find throughout the league campaign, but ultimately you want the players to get through it, and I think you know we've got the balance of that right as well. They worked hard, but they look sharp and look ready to go.
In terms of on the training pitch then, leaving those pre-season games and then, you know, onto training pitch Monday to Friday, what do you trying to take away from those games which you take onto there in terms of building for the weekend after? Yeah, I think obviously your sort of principles of how you want to play, in possession, out of possession stuff, trying to get all those across and build up a bit of fitness in the first few weeks, and then it's just about, you know, honing those skills and being a bit sharper coming into the game. And like I say, I think we've got the balance of that right. You know, spent a bit more time on sort of set pieces and whatnot in the last few weeks, the finer details, and it's all gears up. We have 6 weeks of work gearing up for this first game. So yeah, you want to get off to a good start if you can. Moving into the league campaign then, how important is it for you and for the players that were here last season to put what happened last season behind us now? You know, it's a fresh campaign and fresh ideas and everything to go again. Just one game, isn't it? It's a one-off game. It can happen in football. Other than that, I think the league campaign as a whole was good, especially towards the end of the season. So we're obviously bitterly disappointed with how it ended and our own performance. But that feeling that we felt in the dressing room, we've got to use that as motivation now. And you know, the one thing when you do have a good season but it ends on a bit of a bad note, you want the next season to come around quickly and get going again, and you know, put all the wrongdoings of that game right this campaign. And you know, like we said before, you've added a lot of firepower to the squad as well, some experience and know-how out of getting out of this division. How key will that be for you and your team, do you think? Yeah, we believe that's going to be vital for us. You know, probably last year in the bigger games in particular, not having that, I think, really did show at times. But you know, every game, a lot of teams I see that, you know, who do you want first game of the season? They want York away. So, you know,
a team that everyone wants to seem to want to play against, and we've got to be ready for all those challenges.
Like you just touched on there about a team people will now want to face. Maybe 12 months ago that wasn't quite the case, but to look at the trajectory of the club and obviously you and the team as well, to have other people say that they want to play you must be a huge kind of boost and a credit to how well you and the team have done.
I think so. I think it was more like a case of they're playing in a big stadium and a big fan base, and they want to experience that on the opening day. I think it's a case of that. So it's not just testament to us, but all the supporters getting behind us and filling out our home ground as well, and all the good stuff that goes on behind the scenes as well. So I think there's a number of factors, but we concentrate on ourselves, and we can't wait to get going either. I'd say when you sort of have a bit of a downer at the end of the season, then you want to get out there as soon as you can to put it right, and our first opportunity of that will come.
Moving into tomorrow's game then, Sutton obviously are our opponents, a team that would maybe want to do a little bit better than what they did last season, maybe a potential playoff push for them. What do you see in them?
I think so. I think they'll be keen to be pushing for the playoffs minimum. Some good players. Like saying about know-how and stuff like that. They've got some in their squad and their ranks as well, and good manager in Steve as well. So he's a good guy, and I'm sure he'll have his team ready to go. It's a tough game, similar to how we started last year. Southend away was a tough opening day, and Sutton home's also a tough one as well. So there's no easy game. I think you look at it, any fixture that you draw out, you'd go into it with a bit of trepidation. It's going to be a tricky game, so I think we've got that. But we're looking forward to it. That's the challenge of the league. Every game is a different challenge, different. It's going to be a tough task, but one that we'll embrace and look forward to as well.
Like you just said, a tough opponent, as goes for everyone in this league, but Sutton were actually one of the only teams we couldn't beat last season, a draw away and a loss at home. What do you maybe take from those games, and how could they potentially differ tomorrow?
I think the way one was quite tight. They'll be disappointed they didn't take all 3 points, and we worked hard to come away with a point. And then the game here, we started poorly. I think we went 2-0 down, and then grew into the game and could have maybe got something out of that one as well. So I think starting the game better on a bit more of a front foot, and taking the game to Sutton will be the ideal scenario, and not falling behind as cheaply as we did last time. But it's a tough opponent, and they'll certainly come here with a lot of confidence because of what they did last year, and we'll be looking to try and get something from the game, and then we're already 1 point better, 3 points better if we get anything from the game than what we were last year. But tricky first test, but one we're looking forward to.
In terms of injuries then, obviously we've had a few pre-season games. How's everyone looking for tomorrow?
Yeah, all good. Mofidou just pulled up in training the other day, so he's the only one we sort of a bit of doubt over. Other than that, everyone's come through good and ready to go.
In terms of your team selection then, you've got a huge squad depth of talent now. How easy is it for you now to pick an 11 players in comparison to maybe what it was 12 months ago or when you first started?
Not easy at all, but that's what you want as a manager, those tricky decisions, and there's certainly a few that are going to have to be made tomorrow. But I'm really pleased with the squad depth that we've got, and that's what you want, those competition for places. Means we're in a good place and we've got good health, and that's what you want as a manager, those tricky decisions, and we've definitely got a few to make.
Every season's a roller coaster for every team, so how key will this crowd out here be for your team tomorrow, not just tomorrow but for the whole season?
Vital, yeah. I think it's throughout the season. The home crowd really got behind us, and it's no coincidence we probably scored a high percentage of goals when we're kicking towards our fans because of the noise they make. But it's great venue to come and play at this level, and we want us to enjoy it and want to make it as tricky as we can for the opponent. That's the task, and I know the supporters will get behind us and make it as hostile as they normally do.
Thanks for your time, Adam.
Cheers, man.